Have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Any additions, corrections, or deletions to the report?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Ross?
Nothing legal, Judge. No additions, corrections, or found Thank you.
Elocution?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Nothing for you,
No,
Mr. Ross.
no.
Sorry, I'm a little off because we've been thinking about this and we've been talking about this situation. And really, in reality, what is there to say? We've got just a horrific tragedy that occurred on a really, what was supposed to be a joyous day for my client. It was supposed to be what every little girl's dream was, to get married and have their wedding day. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out this way. And I saw a little bit of it in the paper on MLive or something when it first happened.
What was supposed to be the happiest night of her life turned into a nightmare that destroyed everything. And inside the courtroom, the young bride broke down, describing the tragedy that followed her wedding night.
And I got a call, and lo and behold, I knew of Savannah from her father because we played football at Central together. I'd known him for 30, 40 years. And so they gave me a call, came in the office. I had no idea what this would be about. I knew of Savannah, but this was the first time I had met her. Her brother, who was here in the courtroom today, her mother, who was in the courtroom today, and her father. We all met in my office, and she was in hysterics. It's only 4 days afterwards. Still in hysterics, and I had no idea what we were even meeting about, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I was glad that Savannah did the right thing by turning herself in within 24 hours. But unfortunately, she didn't call 911 when she had the opportunity. That's why we end up here today. But when I mentioned the three individuals that were at the meeting, there's one missing. And after we left my conference room, her father took her other brother out shopping in Clio that afternoon. And he saw the police feed on Facebook that showed his daughter and the co-defendants' faces on Facebook and what they were charged with. Her father, my friend, subsequently, right then and there, had a heart attack and died on the same day that they were in my office. Savannah suffered.
Defense attorneys told the judge the case began with a horrifying accident connected to the wedding celebration. Within days, the defendant allegedly lost her husband, her home, close friendships, and even her father after he reportedly suffered a fatal heart attack while learning about the charges online. The courtroom became completely silent.
Two significant losses: a loss of a friend, a loss of a husband, and a loss of a father in a 4-day time period. That's a lot for a 21-year-old to handle. It's a lot for a 56-year-old to handle. Since then, she has progressed, crying less hysterics, month by month by month. And I said, Savannah, all we can do is move forward, move forward, move forward. The case will take care of itself. Your life will move on forward, forward, forward. That's been our theme. And I'm so proud of her because that's what she has done. She's drastically improved her employment life. More importantly, she's established her own home all by herself, on her own, with no interference from anybody else, with no help from anybody else. She's doing this on her own. And honestly, I think it's been quite therapeutic for her to take these steps in her life at such a young age. She never wanted this to happen on her day. I don't want to be selfish about it. Somebody passed away here, and it was a friend of hers. And all the people involved were all good friends for a long period of time. But this is not where you want your wedding day to end up. And it's extremely unfortunate. But I can't emphasize enough how proud I am of Savannah and the way that she's come through to this stage and Ms. Kruger had mentioned to her about therapy, and I have as well, and she's going to indulge and follow through with that. I told her how valuable it is. Ms. Kruger told her how valuable it is. She got a long way to go yet, Judge. She really does. But it's so nice to see that first smile when I saw her months and months ago, and she finally smiled.
The young woman then addressed the court directly through tears. She explained that she never imagined her wedding day would end in tragedy and said she has spent every day trying to rebuild her shattered life piece by piece. At several moments, she struggled to hold herself together emotionally.
And with that, I'll let Savannah say what she needs to.
Ma'am, can I have you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you provide today is the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth? State your name, please.
Savannah
your name.
Shira.
Thank you. And Ms. Shira, what would you like to say?
Okay. I don't really know where to start. Never in a million years would I have expected what happened to happen. I didn't just lose Terry that night. I lost everything that night. I lost my home. My house got broken into. They stole my car. I lost my husband. I lost my family. My cousin won't talk to me. The kids that she's having today, I will never be able to get to meet them. All I have been doing is trying to just get old, just keep going and pick my pieces back up. I have really, really hard days sometimes. All I can do is think about them and what happened, and if I could change something, I would have. It was supposed to be the best night of my life, and it turned out to worse. It changed my life, and most things change your life for the better, and I don't know what that changed my life for. I wish it would have never happened. I miss them all. I miss everybody. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Ross?
There's no family. Maybe I spoke, as Mr. Shire said this a couple weeks ago. I will simply say this, and I understand Ms. Shire lost a lot. Mr. Taylor lost his leg.
But prosecutors argued the emotional pain did not erase what happened that night. According to statements made in court, they claimed she failed to help after the deadly incident and left the scene instead of immediately contacting emergency responders. That argument became one of the central issues during sentencing.
Did Ms. Shire kill him? No, she didn't. It was her husband. We dealt with that. But she did nothing to help. She knew that Nikki was there, based on the testimony he had, that she had no phone. The phone was broke. She saw her husband run him over, high rate speed, dying on the street. She got in the car, had a phone, didn't bother calling 911, do anything else. Judge, and they dropped the car off, and they did turn herself in the next day. She did do that. But I would say this: she does look like she's made steps. I'll give her that. She seems like she's working, moved on. The recommendation is high up. She's going to object it. But I just want that out there for that. So we're not objecting to the recommendation. So, but that's what we asked to do. Court following recommendation.
Judge, there's only one thing I need to correct with Mr. Ross's statement. She did not see visually the incident occur. That was testified to at the plea, if the court recalls. And I think Mr. Ross would agree with that.
I'm reading what she said.
What's that? She did not see it. Nonetheless, Judge, we'd ask that you follow the recommendation and grant My client, the height of status, she's going to follow through. Basically, Judge, I witnessed this case start a year and a half ago, even more. She's been on probation for a year and a half, being at bond, albeit, but she's done the steps that probation would be asking her to do on her own during this period of time. So we'd ask that you put her on the height of status for a period of 1 year on probation. Let her get through this and let this young lady live a life. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Shira, I cannot imagine a worse outcome on one of those milestone moments in life. The actions of Mr. Shira were not your fault. They have, however, become your problem. I understand.
The judge acknowledged the heartbreaking circumstances surrounding the case, but also explained that the court had carefully reviewed surveillance footage connected to the incident. He stated that laws were still violated, even if the defendant was not the primary person responsible for the deadly act itself. Then came the final ruling.
That incidents like this tend to cause people to take sides, and you may be feeling the brunt of that from family and or former friends. Hopefully, when you get some distance from this, things will change. The court reviewed the CCTV footage of the incident extensively, and the court was more than convinced that a murder took place on that night and was comfortable with the sentence associated with that. I can understand the actions that you took. They were still in violation of law. That said, again, you are the least common denominator with respect to any intentional unlawful action, and I believe that the recommendation fits that. There is a recommendation that you be placed on a period of probation for 24 months with no objection to Holmes Youthful Trainee Act. Court will adopt that recommendation. 24 months probation. At the end of that, if you are incident free, you have an opportunity to have this matter be dismissed in its entirety. You understand that?
Yes.
Your counsel asked for 1 year. I think that 2 years is appropriate, in large part because probation can be of great assistance if you choose to see it that way. Not only in helping you not to commit further unlawful acts, which I don't believe are riskier, but they can help you move forward. And I suggest that you work strongly with your probation agent to figure out how to best get some distance from this, because you're right, you don't know if this change will be worthwhile. You don't. No one does. But if you take advantage of it, it may just, in all this negative, there may be something that comes out positive for you, not just the dismissal of the charges. Counsel approach.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'm handing your attorney your notice of appellate rights. You'll receive one copy that you'll sign. The other copy will stay with you for your records. There is a $130 crime victim rights fee, $68 minimum cost. You will receive credit for 4 days in custody,
Sign it.
and any associated costs, I believe $30 per month supervision fee.
Sign it. You don't have to sign it. Yeah, that's your copy. Judge, she's received her copy. She's executed her appellate rights. Go and return it to the bench.
Thank you. Court is in receipt of the signed notice of appellate rights. Counsel, anything further?
People, thank you.
No, Judge, thanks a lot for your consideration in this matter and your time put into it. Appreciate it. So does Ms. Collier.
Ma'am, it gave the court no pleasure to separate you from your husband, but again, not your fault, and certainly wasn't the court. I hope you can move forward. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
The court ultimately sentenced the defendant to probation under special youthful offender status. The judge told her this tragedy was not her fault. but warned that the consequences of that night would follow her for years to come. As the hearing ended, the courtroom remained emotional and completely silent.